let's see how to enable TLS at the Istio Ingress Gateway. So when you have Istio in your system, you need to make sure all the requests coming from outside the Kubernetes cluster first go through the Istio Ingress Gateway. To do that, first we need to enable MTLS, or first enable TLS, provision keys, and enable TLS at the Istio Ingress Gateway. Then Istio Ingress Gateway will use MTLS between the Istio Ingress Gateway and the corresponding service proxies. Okay. Now, to enable TLS at the Istio Ingress Gateway, first we need to generate a key pair. So let's see how to generate the key pair. If you look at this document, you should be able to see. You can run this OpenSSL client. OpenSSL client, if you have installed OpenSSL in your local machine, or else you can use this Docker image. So I'm using the Docker image. That's more convenient. Okay, so I'm running my OpenSSL client, and then I'll type this command. So it will generate a private key and a public key for my Istio Ingress Gateway. Sorry, it's the wrong command I did. I need to run this command. It's an OpenSSL command. So this will generate the keys. And now I need to run the previous command I ran, this one. So this will create a Kubernetes secret with the keys I just generated. Right? This will create a Kubernetes secret with the keys I generated. The server key and the server cert are the ones that we generate from the OpenSSL command. Run it from the gateway keys directory. So here you can see the keys. Okay, so now you can see we created the secret called ecom credentials, and let me list out the secrets. Okay, this is the credential we created, this Kubernetes secret we created, and we created that in the Istio system namespace because we are going to use it in with our Istio Ingress Gateway, which is running in the Istio system namespace itself. So done. So now the next thing we need to do is we need to create a gateway, right? So before that, let me go through the definition of the gateway. So Istio introduced two new CRDs, gateway resource and the virtual service resource, right? So gateway resource CRD and the virtual CRD together help the Istio Ingress Gateway to route any request it gets from outside the Kubernetes cluster to the corresponding workload. Right? So those two, they have to work together. Okay? So let's have a look at the gateway resource first. Okay? So this is the gateway resource. So this gateway resource operates at the layer 4, right? So it will look at the port and the protocol, and will try to find out the corresponding virtual service, right? And a given gateway resource has to be associated with an ingress gateway, right? So you know the ingress gateway. Now the gateway resource defines set of configurations that can be used by the ingress gateway to route traffic to a workload, right? So now to attach this gateway resource or this particular configuration to the ingress gateway, I need to use this one. Yeah. To the ingress gateway, I need to set this label here, right? Istio Ingress Gateway. If you look at the Istio Ingress Gateway deployment, which is in Istio system namespace, get deployments, Istio system, and Istio Ingress gateway, and let's say show labels. Okay. So here you can see there's a label called Istio Ingress gateway, right? So now when we define a gateway having this selector Istio Ingress gateway, this gateway resource will get attached to the Istio Ingress gateway, which is running under the Istio system namespace. Okay. And then here it says any traffic comes to any HTTP traffic, HTTPS traffic comes to port 443 for any host, pick this configuration, right? Also, any traffic that comes to port 80 HTTP traffic, also pick this configuration, but redirect to the HTTPS, right? But this itself doesn't say anything about the service. This only says pick this resource if there's any traffic comes to port 443 HTTPS, right? Then this is not just enough for the Istio Ingress gateway to route traffic to a given workload. Now, once Istio finds this gateway resource, pick this particular gateway resource, it will also try to find out what are the virtual services associated with this particular gateway. Now, if you go to our virtual service definition, right, this is the virtual service definition of the order processing microservice. Here you can see this defines a host element, right? This host element should match with the host element we define in the gateway resource. Now, what is that gateway resource? This is the full qualified name of the gateway resource, right? And also, even though the gateway, the value of the gateway element matches with the whatever the gateway picked by Istio, that doesn't enough. You also need to match the elements we define under the values we have defined under the host element, right? So here we have asterisk under the host element in our gateway resource. So this virtual service will match, and also this is attached to that particular gateway. And in fact, you can attach a given virtual service for multiple gateways, and one gateway can route traffic to multiple virtual services. So now, looking at this configuration, Istio will pick, okay, this is the gateway, this is a corresponding virtual service, and still we don't know how to route traffic to the Kubernetes pod. Here it says this is a routing rule. You need to route any traffic come to this virtual service to the port 80 of the order service Kubernetes service. So this is the name of the Kubernetes service. So this is, if you go to the order service definition, which we showed you before, order service. Here you can see, if you look at the Kubernetes service definition, so it is listening on port 80, right? So now, whatever the traffic comes that particular virtual service will be routed to the corresponding port using this particular service definition, right? So that's how Istio will route traffic comes to the Istio Ingress gateway to the corresponding port. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the Twitch chat. Okay, so now one more thing. If you look at the gateway resource, here this is how we set up the credentials, right? So you remember we create a secret called ecom credentials with the public and private key we generated. So we need to set the name of that credential here, right? So this is how you set up Ingress gateway if we are using SDS, or the secret discovery service supporting Istio. So Istio introduces SDS support since Istio 1.1, but it was not supported out of the box. You had to use a profile called SDS. But since Istio 1.5, this is available under the default profile. You don't need to go for like SDS profile. It's available under Istio default profile, but it is still available only for the service proxies out of the box. It's not enabled for the Istio Ingress Gateway. So if you are using 1.5, you need to do some stuff, additional stuff defined in this book. You need to enable it for the Istio Ingress Gateway. Right? So this is how you do that. Right? You need to with SDS. With 1.5, you need to update the Istio manifest to enable SDS for the Ingress Gateway. But if you are using 1.6, you don't need to do that. Okay. So since we are using 1.6, we can skip these two steps. So now let's create the gateway resource. Okay, so this create the gateway resource, and now we'll also create the virtual resources. Virtual services. So now I think we have the entire setup up and running. Now we can test it. Let's say get virtual services. Yeah. So these are the two virtual services we created, and you can see both of them are bound to the Ecom Gateway, and you can see Ecom Gateway is running in the Istio system namespace, not under the default namespace. Now we can try out the same thing we did before, but now we need to route the request to our order processing microservice through the Istio Ingress Gateway. So both the requests going to STS and the order processing microservice now will go through the Istio Ingress Gateway. Let's go to the diagram and see. If you look at this diagram, now all the requests coming to our proxy will go through the Istio Ingress Gateway, right? To the STS and also to the order processing microservice. This will be secured with HTTPS. It was not secured with HTTPS before. And if you are using Istio 1.5, this communication will once again will be out of the box enabled with MPLS support. Right? But if you are using prior to 1.5, if you don't do any changes, then this would be simply just HTTP. Now let's try out the sample. So first I need to find out the node port of the Istio Ingress Gateway. To do that, let's discover services in the Istio system namespace. Istio system namespace. So now you will see the Ingress Gateway, Istio Ingress Gateway, right? And this is defined as a load balancer, but since I don't have an external load balancer, I need to access this through a node port IP. Basically, I need to find the IP address of the node which runs this during this gateway. It runs on all the nodes. Now, since I'm using HTTPS 443, I need to use this as my port, right? So let's export this as export ingress HTTPS port. This one. So that's the only thing I need to do. I already set up the node IP, right? So now let's try out this. Here you can see I'm sending a curl request to the STS, but here this request goes through the Ingress Gateway, not through the not directly hitting the service through the Kubernetes Ingress, right? Once again, I need to do some update to the STS deployment and the order processing deployment. You may remember earlier when we deployed those two services as Kubernetes services, we used the node port IP address, node port service type, because we wanted to access those two services directly out from outside the Kubernetes cluster. Now we don't need to do that because we are sending all the traffic through the Istio Ingress Gateway. If you do get services, right, you can see order service and STS both are node IP types. Now let's update these deployments to work with cluster IP. So you won't be able to access this service directly. If you want to access, you must go to the Istio Ingress Gateway. So you can find the updated configuration here. Yeah, this is the updated configuration. This is cluster IP, and then you should have the same for the STS. Okay, that's also cluster IP. Let's update this. Now, if you get services, you can see, okay, still it's not port. Okay, that's a reason, right? The reason is if it is a node port IP service, when you just update it, it won't update because here we are removing the service type. So you need to delete the service and update it, right? So let me delete it. Delete service STS. Delete service. What is service? Okay. Now let's run the same command we did before. Yeah, right. So now if you do get services, you can see all the services are of cluster IP service type. Right? So that means I cannot directly access these services without going through the Istio Ingress Gateway. Now let's see how to access these services through the Istio Ingress Gateway. Here I'm using a curl command, same curl command I used before to get a token from the STS, but I'm using the accessing this to the Ingress Istio Ingress Gateway, right? So here I have environment variable defined for the Ingress HTTP host port and the node IP. And here I am using a domain name called sts.ecom.com, and I'm resolving it to this particular IP and the port. Right? So let's run this one. Okay, so now this return me back a JWT, and let's run the other command to try to access the order processing microservice directly. Still, we don't do any JWT validation. We just enable TLS, that TLS at the Ingress Gateway. We haven't enforced any authorization policies at services, so we don't need to pass the JWT here. So with or without a JWT, we should be able to access this. We should see a 201. Yeah, so now we could access the inventory microservice securely. Now let's go back to the Kiali dashboard and see what happens. It usually takes some time to get updates. Okay, now you can see Istio Ingress Gateway here, right? So all the traffic to the order processing microservice and STS, they go through the Istio Ingress Gateway. Now it should show all the traffic and should see all the connections are secured with MPLS. Yeah, so let me send more requests. Okay, now you can see this channel. Here you can see MTLS enabled between the Ingress Gateway and the order processing microservice. And also the MTLS is enabled between the order processing microservice and the inventory microservice. And this should also have MTLS. It take some time. Yeah, now you can see here also from the Istio Ingress Gateway to the STS, you have enabled MTLS. So all the connections in our service mesh is now protected with MTLS. We did nothing. Only thing we did was like we just enable TLS, the Istio Ingress Gateway. Out of the box, Istio 1.5 onwards, MTLS enabled between all the microservices. And once again, one thing you need to understand is even though MTLS is enabled from 1.5 onwards, it doesn't necessarily enforce MTLS at each service. What does that mean? That means even though this client decides to use MTLS to access this microservice, if you have another client who doesn't want to use TLS, you can simply access the order service without TLS, right? So that means you haven't enforced MTLS at this particular microservice, right? So that means either you can access service with MTLS or without MTLS, but out of the box in Istio environment, you have MTLS enabled. Any request going, any request coming from a Istio service proxy that will have MTLS between the two services, right? So let's see how this works, right? So let's try to break this flow. To break this flow, first I need to tell, let's say, to the Ingress gateway not to use TLS to talk to the order processing microservice. By default, if I say nothing, it will start using MTLS, right? So this is how you say not to use MTLS at the Istio Ingress gateway. You need to define a destination rule, right? So you know the gateway and virtual services both together will be able to find out how to route traffic to a particular to a particular destination, right? The destination rules define once the workload is found or the service is found, how to talk to that, like whether to use TLS or MTLS or whether to enable a circuit breaker or not. So those stuff can be defined using a destination rule.